Hello everyone, I am Josh and welcome to this Sims 4 restaurant building video. So today I am building a restaurant that is supposed to have this kind of tiki look and feel to it, so like a kind of tiki bar type of thing. So it's like a tropical design and it has like the wood and that kind of stuff. So this is a interpretation challenge between myself and Arthur from Simified. So we're both doing a build that is supposed to be like a tiki restaurant, and it's kind of like our interpretations of that. So this is obviously my video, and I'll have a link in the description below to Arthur's video as well, which you should definitely check out. If you don't know of Simified, which I'd be surprised if you didn't, because I did a collab with him I think in November, but anyway, if you don't, he makes a bunch of Sims 4 building videos, and they're really cool, and I definitely recommend that you check them out because he posts a lot more videos than I do. So if you're ever looking for a building video to check out, he will definitely have plenty of them for you, and they're very good. So yes, anyway, so yeah, he's building a tiki restaurant as well, and it's quite different than mine. He finished his before I finished mine, so I did have a peek at his, but I didn't change anything about mine. But mine is quite a bit bigger than his. He kind of went for more, I guess, of like an outdoor restaurant that's kind of like a smaller, more like kind of like a tiki bar type of thing, I guess. Mine is more of a full-on restaurant, I guess, in the way that it's much bigger. I always seem to make my restaurants excessively large. I don't know why. So this restaurant, I think it has like 80-some seats, which will never be filled. I mean, there's no way this restaurant's ever getting near filled. The most I've ever seen, the amount of Sims come into a restaurant is probably like 10 maybe at most. So most of the seats will definitely be empty, but it's alright. It looks nice anyway. So this restaurant has a lot of outdoor seating. There's also some indoor seating as well. I messed around quite a bit with some of the doors. I didn't really know what to do for like a tiki theme because The Sims 4 doesn't really have that much stuff that really suits that. I mean, this roof is really good though. I changed the roof color later, but at the very end I changed it back to this color because it just seemed the most kind of thatched roof type thing. But and it's just kind of difficult to make it look like it's traditional kind of tiki. Like that kind of stuff has like all the wood, like the inside of the roofs tend to just be exposed, like the beams and like the eaves of the roof. It's like, all covered in wood, and it's, it's very tropical. We don't really have that type of thing in The Sims 4, but I tried my best here. You can see there's a lot of outdoor seating there on the top, which I just created, and that, that's most of the outdoor seating is up there. There's also some on the beach. I say beach, but it's really just the area directly outside the building because this lot is very small and it's not really on the beach. You can see that it's a little bit far from the beach, set back a little bit. I do wish this lot was a little bigger. I wish it extended closer to the water, but what can you do? Anyhow, you can see here, yeah, I was going to go with archways for that area, and I tried that again in many different types, but I didn't like it. So I settled on doors, and I ended up putting doors covering pretty much all the walls on the first floor, and I used very modern looking glass doors, and that's where I got the name modern in the name, because I called it Modern Tiki Cuisine, because it had kind of that modern feel to it. That's what I kind of settled with. I thought that there's no way I'm gonna be able to make a authentic looking restaurant in like a tiki style, so I went for a more modern take on it. I was going to use those doors, but that did not work. So I ended up I ended up making it a little bit more modern, I suppose. I also incorporated a lot of the objects from Movie Hangout stuff because that pack is a lot of, I feel like, islandy themed stuff, which works really well in this kind of environment, I suppose. 'Cause it just reminds me of something that's kind of island themed. I don't know. Anyway, you can see there's the first door that's in there. These doors, some of them are usable. Most of them are blocked by objects because they're meant just to be for show. Because I guess I imagine in real life they'd have them open, so like if it's a really nice day, so like a lot of light can come in, or like the sea breeze can come in, but they're not like meant to function as doors that you go in and out of. More like floor to ceiling windows. But indoor form. I don't know. But some of them are usable, as I discovered through a little bit of playtesting. My sim like walked through some ivy, which you'll see I put some ivy on the outside, and she just like walked right through the ivy, which is a little weird, but it's alright. Anyhow, upstairs is also a balcony, and the upstairs is open. There's no doors. It's just, as you can see here, I'm cutting some holes in the wall. So what's kind of weird is that the downstairs has indoor lighting and the upstairs is outdoor lighting, because the upstairs is not an enclosed room. So it looks a little weird, which you'll see, but it's alright. I mean, it's the best I can do. It's just the Sims 4 lighting being silly, I guess. I mean, you know, since the downstairs room doesn't have a full ceiling, it really should also have outdoor lighting too, but you know what? It's as good as it can be. Anyway, you can see there's a couple signs out. I will put things on them, but not yet. There's also a palm tree there, which you can see is pretty snazzy. There's one lone palm tree. Up there we go. There's some friends for that palm tree. And here's where I changed the roof to a dark color. I changed it back to the light color at the very, very end. But, you know. And I was also looking at the picture on the gallery, because this does not look very good on the gallery picture, which is a little unfortunate. There's the ivy that your Sims will walk through if they use any of those doors. They just kind of stroll right through the ivy, as if it's not there, because for them it's not there, I suppose. And there's a little fork and knife, I think, or fork and spoon, I can't really tell, on that sign there, which is fancy. Now, one thing that would really work well in this situation would be Tiki Torches. But we don't have those. We have those in The Sims 3, but not in The Sims 4. So I ended up using these lantern thingies that I kind of put, you know, like there's technically lamps, floor lamps, but I kind of put them in between the columns to like there's like lanterns hanging off of there. And it worked pretty well. I mean, I guess it kind of gives it that vibe, maybe. It's not really a good replacement for Tiki Torches, but you know what? It's the closest I could get, so you have to deal with some lanterns. And there's some stairs. I put stairs all around just so the whole like building is kind of accessible from any angle. Here's some sand to kind of make it a bit more beachy, because the whole lot is technically on grass because it's so far from the beach. Why is it so far from the beach? I don't know. Anyway, I wish it was closer to the beach. That'd be so cool, but it's alright, I suppose. There's the outdoor, like proper outdoor seating that's in the sand. And this build actually didn't suffer from the curtain glitch that the last one did. I don't know why. Maybe because I was putting curtains on doors and not on windows. Who knows? But yeah, that's probably what it was. But anyway, I was pleased to see that, but it probably still is all messed up for windows, so, you know, who knows. Anyhow, here I'm just putting in some wooden flooring on the decks, so they look like they're decks and not just concrete slabs, because that's not very nice looking. So there you go, there's some wood. And we'll put that upstairs as well and just do all the little adjustments here and there. And yeah, so here I'm just going to add another bit to the roof because I felt like it needed it. It just looked a little empty without something else there, I don't know. And I think we're going to start on the interior relatively soon. So you can see here I'm working on some flooring. I'm getting in that flooring from Get Together, which I thought looked kind of islandy because it had the flower kind of pattern going on. And yeah, so this is the kitchen. It was not the right size for that opening for the oven, which was really annoying, so I had to adjust some stuff to fit that in properly. So you'll see that. There's the bar, and I thought there was a tiki bar with The Sims 4. I don't know. I didn't really look. I mean, I realized that after I built it, but I didn't see it when I was building it. I don't know where that tiki bar is, but I feel like it's more of an outdoor object than an indoor object anyway. So I just use a normal bar, I guess, you know. A little boring, but you know how it is. And just putting in some stools here. I mean, again, I don't really know what would work with the theme. I don't know, I went with red and white. And I put a bunch of paintings and stuff on this wall. You know, because why not, I guess? You know, it's got to have some decorations. And I also put like a giant gnome spray paint thing on the wall behind some of the paintings there, which you can see. I don't know, I thought I added an extra kind of layer to there, I suppose. And yeah, this is not supposed to be a super fancy restaurant. I mean, you know, it's more of like a casual restaurant, I suppose. At least that's what I set the clothing type for in the restaurant settings. Oh, one other thing that I thought was really clever, I'm going to have to start doing this more, is putting a whole bunch of different kinds of wall lights on one wall. If you notice on the wall with the paintings, there's a whole bunch of different wall lights on there that are all different shapes and sizes and everything. And I kind of use it as like an artwork type of thing, like an accent wall with just a bunch of sconces on it that are all different shapes and sizes. I do it throughout the restaurant, and it looks really cool. Here you can see some furniture going on the decks. Those are just some, I think, outdoor sofa things from whatever the pack is called. Movie hangout stuff, that's what it is. Oh, here I'm being stupid and placing ceiling lights in an area where there's no ceiling. I later realized this mistake and fix it, so don't worry. Those are not magic lights like the one in my sky house build where I had a floating light. It wasn't floating, but it was attached to a piece of glass, so I called it the magic light. But these are not magic lights, I do fix them. So yeah, anyway, I'm putting in some details here and there and everywhere. These are all bar height tables as well in this area because I consider it the bar area. So I just put a bunch of like bar height tables, which I haven't used yet, so I thought that would be cool to use. And then I'm putting in a couple lamp things. Again, I wasn't really sure what style to go with for this build, so I just kind of thought I'd go for an islandy theme because I think that was the best I could do. Anyhow, here's the kitchen. So there's a little waiter station there by the kitchen door, and the kitchen is fairly simple. It's got some nice white tile and a blue tile walls, and you know, it's basic. I use the open kind of cooking station that has like the opening there in the wall. I don't know if that opening is just an opening or if like the chef will actually place the orders on that shelf there. I don't know how it works exactly, but I thought it looked kind of cool because I wanted this restaurant to be a bit more laid back and, you know, not so fancy schmancy like my last restaurant was. So that's kind of what I was going for. And anyway, here we have the bathroom, which is a proper full-on bathroom. It is a unisex bathroom because I had no space for two separate bathrooms because it's a small building. But I'm just going to finish the kitchen up, then we'll actually go to the bathrooms. Definitely more spacious bathrooms than what Simified put in his, if I do say so myself. I'm just kidding. His work for his theme, I'm just, you know. But yeah, they're decent-sized bathrooms, 3 stalls, and they do function. I tested them out. So, well, test it out. There's really only one bathroom, so I don't know where I'm finding the multiple bathrooms. But yeah, it's got this kind of blue tile with the wavy bit on it, which I thought was kind of nautical, not nautical, but like, you know, tropical maybe. Also, each stall has a different kind of light in there, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't know, that was kind of carrying out with the theme that I was doing with all the different lighting types, which you'll really see later on, but it looks really cool. I'm gonna have to start using that in more places. It just kind of came to me. I thought it was kind of cool, eclectic and different. So yeah, anyway. This is the fully indoor area, completely indoors. The other space, the first floor of the other building is considered indoors, but there's no ceiling and it's like open up there, so I wouldn't consider it indoors. But this is indoors, and well, I say other part. It's another part of the building. It's not a separate building, you know. But you have to pass. There's a pass through there that's outside that you have to go through to get to this space. And you can see I was just using all these different colored chairs. For each table has its own chair. Here you can see some more lighting coming in here. Just a bunch of different kinds of lights that I'm going to start putting on the walls. You know, it's just definitely interesting. I thought it was cool. Maybe you think it's hideous. I don't know. It's all up to personal opinion, I suppose. Up here on the second floor, which is kind of the outdoor area that overlooks the other space, I just put 3 tables up there. Each one has 4 seats. And here's some more of that lighting going on there. And yeah, so here I'm just going to fix those lights that were floating because no floating lights are allowed because that's just kind of weird. Anyway, there's a trellis thingy that came with Dine Out. I'm putting some ivy stuff behind it, so, you know, that's interesting. And who knows what's going to happen next? I don't. Let's need to be looking around. Okay, so some plants. Yes, plants. Lovely plants. So I'm putting in a couple large fern plant things there and some hanging plant things and also a rug just to get in that bit of decoration, you know. And here I'm going to put another plant there. And who knows what else is going to happen. I mean, I don't know. I'm just, you know, your humble narrator. I don't know what's going on. Yes, there's a plant under the stairs, apparently. And, oh, here we go. Here's another one of those accent walls with all the lights on it. Which, you know, I don't know. You'll have to leave your opinion on it in the comments below. But I thought it was kind of clever. You know, you have to admit, it's kind of clever, right? So even just a little bit, maybe. Anyway, there's a bit of paintings and some more lights over there. And I'm also going to, also, you know what, it looks really good at night. When you look at it at night, because like those, when they all light up, it looks even cooler. So, you know, yeah, I'll take credit for inventing that, unless I'm sure someone else has done it before already. I mean, it's not like that. It's not that innovative, you know. Anyhow, putting some lights hanging from the trellis. You would just imagine there's wires in the trellis, so it's not magical. But it could be magical if you want to believe those lights are powered by magic, because they're not really hanging from a ceiling, per se. But anyhow, you know, this puts a little bug heat lamp zapper thing. I don't know. I think they're just heat lamps, but I think they're meant to detract bugs. So they're there. And also a couple more plants, a bunch of plants actually. I do put quite a few plants around the place, you know. I felt that made it look a bit more tropical and a little bit more interesting, possibly. Maybe, who knows? Yeah, some ivy, of course. It's kind of weird that the front is also the back. Like, the area where you enter is technically really the back, because that's where, like, the kitchen and the bathrooms are. There's no real windows there, but that's, like, where you see the restaurant when you first enter the lot. So, I don't know. It's a little odd, but I think it works out. And here I'm just going to put in some rugs on the second floor area because I thought it looked nice, you know. And now we're going to begin the final stages of the building process, which is just some landscaping. So I'm just going to put some ferns and a bunch of nice looking lush plant life, just so it doesn't look so bland, you know. So here's some ferns and some bushes and some thingamagummies and, you know, all that good stuff just around the place, you know. There you go, down the back here, or the front slash back slash whatever you want it to be. And down the side, there's a couple of chairs there on the side as well, so I guess that's 4 more seats. If it's not the most beautiful spot, but it works. And yeah, so we're almost done here. I hope that you enjoyed this restaurant build. Of course, check out Arthur's channel. There's a link in the description. Also, check out his Tiki restaurant build because it's really cool as well. And, you know, also check out some more of my videos. I've done some other restaurant builds and a bunch of house builds and things of that nature. And yeah, and if you like what you see, please consider subscribing to my channel and also Arthur's channel because, you know, we both do similar things pretty much. And yeah, so just adding the final touches here, and who knows what else I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh right, I have to pick out the menu. I forgot. I thought we were almost done. Menu picking out time. I tried to go with as much seafood as possible because I thought it's a tropical restaurant on the beach. You'd imagine it'd be seafood served there, so I picked mostly seafood. I also picked some vegetarian options and some meat in the main course as well because, you know, I want to cater to as many people as possible, but that was kind of the idea. Anyway, so just picking through all that stuff, I also changed the staff's uniforms a little bit because I thought they were too formal for this kind of restaurant. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the screenshots that are coming up, and you'll see I'll change the roof color last minute, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye everyone, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah.